Hi everyone, welcome to Connector Technologies. Today I'm going to explain a few important interview questions in our accounts receivable model. So, which we get those questions from most of the MNC companies. Okay, so let's see here. Total we have top 100 frequently asked accounts receivable interview questions for our Oracle Fusion financials from leading MNCs. Okay, let's go and see the one by one. At this moment, guys, I'm not explaining the all the answers. For a few, I will give the answers on the fly now. The remaining answers, I will do the shorts, either or else short videos going forward. It will take time, guys, due to what burden and all. I couldn't able to do that, but definitely I will do. It will take time. Yeah. So let's see one by one question and answers. Okay. So let's see that. Total we have around 100 questions in our AR model. Let's go and discuss in detail. These question and answers are very, very important if you guys are preparing for any MNC companies. Okay. Let's see that. So the very first, what is the use of accounts receivable model in Fusion? So here I given some basic questions also that will be used for freshers, minimum 2 years experience, 3 years experience. It is very useful to you guys. For a minimum 4.5 5 years experience, few scenarios and few entry questions also will be there. That also it will be useful, and at the same time, either fresher or experienced candidate, we should know the basic content. That means the basic functionality we should have it. So that is the reason why I covered most of the question and answers within this video. Okay, let's see that. So what is the use of accounts receivable model in Fusion application? So as we know, our AR model is mainly used for collection. What are the sales which we have done against the customer, the goods service which we have done the sales to the customer. Against that sales invoice, we will receive the amount from the customer that we will record as a receipt. Then accordingly, we'll do the reconciliation in our cash management model. So that means our AR model mainly we will use it for collection purpose to collect the amount cash from the customers. The next one. Can you please explain me the basic configuration required to the set up the AR model? So here we have a lot of configuration like receivable system options, transaction type, transaction source. Then we have a remit-to address, and then customer profile classes, customer creation, auto accounting rule. Then after that we have a customer profile class, payment terms, and then we have a that respect to our related rules. We need to assign receipt class, receipt method, receivable activities, and receipt class, receipt source. Okay, there are a lot of configuration it will be there that you have to explain. Okay. So the next one, what is mean by transaction type in our AR? So in the transaction type, it is mainly used for nature of the invoice which we are creating in our AR model. So depends on the transaction how you are performing in real time. Accordingly, we can create any transaction type. It could be tax invoice, it could be delivery challan, or else export invoice, or as debit memo, credit memo, bills receivable, chargeback invoice. Okay, so that depends on the transaction, the nature of transaction which you are using, which you are performing in our AR model. Accordingly, we can create here. Okay, so if you see in our application, we will get to know about that. We go to the setup and maintenance. um, If you go to receivables, that's correct. manage transaction type. So if you go here, if you click on create, so the transaction class, it's a clearly specified, it's a invoice, debit memo, credit memo, chargeback, bills receivable. But here we can create our own name, what you want. It could be delivery challan. Delivery challan means our customer and the organization, it should be there in the same location. So in this case, based on the delivery challan, it is very easy to hit the tax rates like interest rate it will come for CGST or GST. Like if it is in a tax invoice, customer is there in another location, supplier, organization is there another location. Let's assume Hyderabad. Let's assume it's an organization, whereas in customer is there in Bangalore location. So in this case, what it will happen, we can create the transaction type for tax invoice. It will hit the IGST only. So if it is in a supplier and organization same location Hyderabad only, then we'll use the delivery challan. So this is the way we will use this transaction type. Depends on the class we can select. If you are doing the debit memo for increasing the some extra amount for the transactions like freight charge adding, transportation charge adding, or something you want to give in a more outstanding to the customer, we can use this. Credit memo is for return goods, or else any wrong price is calculated, wrong discount is calculated after invoice creation. If you want to reduce that outstanding against the customer, we can use this. Chargeback means if any customer, if he couldn't able to pay the total invoice amount based on the due date, if he is want to pay the some partial amount based on the given date, remaining amount he will pay the later, then we will use this. Bills receivable, it's a future date related payment which we received from the customers, like that. Okay. So that is the way we can create the different types of transaction type in our AR model. So then after that, we have a transaction source. So here the transaction source mainly used for nature of transaction which we are creating, and at the same time from where we are getting this source. So here source means from where we are receiving the transactions to our AR model. It's a origin of invoices. Whether we are creating the manual invoice, whether that invoice it is coming from DOO, that means distribution order orchestration, like order management to AR, or as any third party billing system to AR it is coming, or else is there any revenue ledgers related invoices are coming. So like we have a multiple sources, we will get the invoices to from our AR model. So in this case, to know which source of invoices which are got imported to our AR model, we will create this. So and apart from that, if we select the import, okay, while creating the source, here we have a different the import identification number is there. So how you want to populate your respective bill to customer, uh, bill to customer address and bill to customer contact and ship to customer address, sold to customer and payment method rule customer bank account. Whether you want to pass in the BDA template or else from your integration to, like let's take if you are maintain the customer master data in the Salesforce, how you are maintaining the data. So if you want to recognize that invoices in our AR model, whether you are passing that customer information like bill to customer, ship to customer, sold to customer, whether you are passing direct customer name or any ID you are passing, that ID it will convert as a print and automatically that particular customer name. So to understand the system point of view, whether you want pass a ID, whether you want pass a respective name, that it will be recognized with the help of respective source which you created. Okay, so simply we can say it's a mainly used for to know the which source of invoices are imported to our application. For identification purpose, we will create this transaction source. So that you can create based on the transaction type. Next, statement cycle. So this statement cycle mainly used for to pull our customer outstanding invoices based on the statement cycle, whether it could be monthly, weekly, or a daily, or a quarterly, semi-annually. So based on that, we can create our statement cycle. Accordingly, we can pull our outstanding invoices in the report that we will share to the customer for collection purpose. Next, what is the use of auto accounting rule in AR model? It's a very important 100% question. If you attend for any top MNC companies, even small companies, level 3 companies also. 100% this question it will be there without auto accounting invoice. This interview question, interview he may not close our AR model. So that is very very important. Please keep in this. So main purpose of auto accounting rule is here, guys. So what are the distribution combination, the real account code combination which we are getting in our AR transaction level, right? That is mainly we will getting to the help of this auto accounting rule. There we have a value source. How you want to populate our the transaction level combination based on the transaction type you want to hit, based on the customer bill to site you want to hit, or a memo lines, or a some remittance bank account level, or a tax setup level. There are multiple sources we have. So based on that, system it will trigger the respective account code combination from the different sources. Okay. The next one, what is the use of receivable payment of? So it is most of the people it's a mainly used for calculating the due date of the sales invoice. Accordingly, customer will pay the amount to our organization. Okay. Next one, how to create a customer in AR from front end or UI. So this navigation, receivable task pane. There we can use the direct customer create. There we can create from front end. Next, how many ways we can create customers in AR model? So there are a lot of ways. Everyday template we can use, which is having 19 tabs, and we have a spreadsheet. It is very easy way to load it, and at the same time we have a manual process. And if we have any REST APIs, web services, we can use it. And apart from that, if we have any integrations, let's assume most of the big customers, let's take DP World. They will use the even GE also. They will use the Salesforce SFDP, SFDC.com, like a Salesforce they will use to maintain all our customers master data. So to maintain their customers master data, they will maintain all the customers in the Salesforce. From there, they will do the integrations to our Fusion customer screen. So all the customer it will coming to our AR screen based on the batch run. They will run from Salesforce to our AR model. So in this case, we can maintain the customers in our third party application like Salesforce also. From there, it will come. So Salesforce external application we can use everyday template, and then spreadsheet manually also we can create. Next, is it possible to create AR transaction without customer? No, that is not possible. So without customer to whom we will sell the goods? No, it is not possible. So it is possible to create AR transaction without remit-to-address. Without remit-to-address, we cannot able to done the any sales invoice. Whether you are importing the invoice from third-party applications to AR, order management to AR, some leasing to AR, revenue leases, even manually you created also, that is not possible, because remit-to-address means where the customer should send their payments to our organization. It will specify the that respect to corporate office address. So whether if they want to do the check via fax or something post, they want to send the check from that respect to remit-to-address, it will be there in our invoice print. From by using that remit-to-address, they will send that payment to our respective corporate office address. It's not a factory address. Okay. So it is not possible to create the transaction without remit-to-address. That you can keep in mind. That is very good question. Next, what is meant by remit-to-address in here? So main purpose of remit-to-address means where the customer should send their payments to our corporate office address. That address we will call it as a remit-to-address. Okay. Next, is it possible to create AR transaction with the help of spreadsheet? So we have no concept, spreadsheet concept in our AR model to create the AR sales transaction directly in our Fusion application. Okay. We can create by using the everyday template or as from other third-party applications to AR, or order management to AR, even from revenue leases something. But there is no options to create the transactions by using the ADFDA spreadsheet. It is not possible. What are the mandatory fields we need to populate in to create AR transaction? So there are multiple fields we have. So if you go to the respective AR screen, we duplicate it. So this is also very important question, guys. So whenever you are preparing, some people, few interviews, they will check your so on hand experience on the transaction flow, whether he's really having the experience exposure on the transaction related activities. So business unit you have to give. Okay. So here there are a lot of fields we have. So BU is important. It's a mandatory transaction source, transaction type, transaction number. Then currency it will come automatically. Bill to customers, payment term. Okay. Then apart from that, if we go to show more, and we have some other information like bill to customer name and then remit to address. It will be the mandatory payment term and remit to address, some legal entity number. These things under mandatory. If we go to the line level, okay, we go to line level differentialize. So line level we have a description, units of measurement. Okay. So item, if we have item, it will pick from our SCM. Automatically it will pick. Description is mandatory, quantity is mandatory. Then after that we have a units price also. Description is mandatory. Then after that we have a quantity units price. Okay. So these fields you have to populate while creating the AR transaction. Okay. So the next one, what is the debit memo in AR? So debit memo mainly it is in a positive sign AR model. It's a mainly used for okay, to increase the customer outstanding balance. Let's assume we have done the sales and we already initiated the goods. It will the goods it will carry by the our lorry driver. We given sales invoice everything, but after that we forgot to add the transportation charges or else some freight charges against that goods, the sales which we have done the customer. So to add that extra additional amount for an existing invoice for that customer, we can create a debit memo because it's a positive sign. It's ultimately it will increase in the customer outstanding balance. Okay. Next, what is credit memo in AR? So credit memo, it is mainly used for to knock off your customer outstanding balance. It could be return goods. It could be expiry goods. It could be if in case you, I mean to say, your business user, you may created invoice with the help of our sales order management. He may created and that invoice got created in our AR model. But after creating that, he realized what it is happening. The item which he selected, it may be wrong. The discount which may given for that respective line, it may be wrong. Or else wrong item he may be selected, wrong tax may be calculated, or else wrong discount may be calculated. Okay. There are a lot of reasons like wrong bill to address also it may be updated. Okay, before we are doing the accounting in AR transaction, it is possible to update something, not all the information. But once we done the accounting, then after that you realized that invoice it may be calculated wrong discount, wrong price, wrong item, or else wrong tax, wrong item you selected, or else the wrong bill to address, any reasons. So in this case, either you can create full cancel invoice by passing the credit memo, you can nullify the balances, it will be zero. Or else we have an options to individual line the item which you may feel is this item out of 10 lines we have in the sales invoice. One item it may be having the issue. That particular single line also you can cancel it by passing the credit memo. That is also possible. We can do it. Okay. So this many people they may think that entire whole invoices we should do the credit memo. No, even out of 10 invoices, if one line it is having the issue, you can pass credit memo for single line also. That is also possible. So please keep in mind, it's a very important. Without credit memo, it is very difficult to do this kind of adjustment in the real time. Okay. So at the initial stage when we went go live, they will do lot of mistakes, all the business users. So we have only one solution to rectify those errors in our production application for the initial first month, we will use credit memo only for the lot of solutions. Either you can initiate that credit memo through order management to AR, and at the same time you can cancel that respective invoice by passing the manual credit memo within the AR transaction. But here you should be very careful. We shouldn't suggest this manual credit memo. You shouldn't pass directly in our AR screen against that invoice which was created with the help of order management. You better to initiate credit memo from order management itself. That is good. Next. So can we able to reverse the receipt at any point of time? At any point of time, sorry. Yes. We have an option after creating the receipt at any point of time. Yes, you can reverse it as per as my knowledge. Okay. We can do it, guys. Next, can I unapply the receipt at any point of time? Yes. So let's assume you feel that you created a sales order, you done the pick relationship confirmation, then after that import auto invoice you created, your AR transaction is created, you done the accounting, and against that sales invoice, customer paid the amount. Then after he paid the amount, he realized that so and so invoice is a wrong item. He verified it. Then he asked, I want to cancel this line. So I paid those so and so amount. Then he requested that this item is there is going to refund it or is going to return it. So to reduce that existing sales invoice, how we will do? If you are not applying that invoice against the receipt which you created, right? That receipt you should unapply it. Then you can pass credit memo. Then you can again apply it. Then only it will work. So if you are not unapplying the receipt, if you are trying to create credit memo, it won't happen sometimes. If the amount is higher or lower than your respective transaction amount. Let's assume your invoice amount is 10,000. Sometimes you may try to do the 11,000 for credit memo. It is not possible. Or else if you are trying to do the more or less amount, then you should unapply the receipt and you can do the credit memo. Then you can reapply to the receipt to the existing transaction. That is possible. Okay. Yes, at any point of time we can unapply the receipt for an existing transaction. Again, we can reapply also after done the payment, which is possible. Okay. Next, can you please explain me the receipt statuses in AR? So here receipt statuses we have, while creating we have different statuses, while after creating stages we have different statuses. So like we have a unapplied, unapplied, we have unidentified, applied, on account. Okay. And for receipt creation status will be created if you have following the remitted, it will show remitted status. If you done the reconciliation cleared status, like that it will be there. Okay, those status also we should consider. Next, is there any possibility to create AR transaction automatically? If yes, how we can create it? Yes, by doing the order management, DOO order orchestration, by running the import auto invoice. Yes, we can create the AR transaction. If you are using the revenue leases in the lease accounting model, that revenue lease related invoices, it will create AR. If you are doing any integration from third-party billing system to Fusion AR, so in this case also that AR transaction will be created automatically. These are the sources. Next, okay, these are the 20 top questions which we faced in a lot of interviews for all MNCs. Okay, next, another question. Okay, so next to 21. Okay, so what is mean by customer profile class in AR? This is very important case. So most of the people, they may aware, they may not aware. So what is the use of this now? We are segregating our customers. Okay. So that means depends on the segregation of the customer, we will specify our late charges or interest functionalities or else discount functionalities or payment terms or statement cycle. Some other attributes, it will be defaulted from our customer profile class to our respective customer account level or a site level. Depends on the customer profile class where we can update. Okay. How many types of customer profile classes can we create and where we can assign them? Yeah. So if you see, these are the few customer profile classes. So we can segregate the customer. Like if I have a separate customers for export. So I do have the business in India, but I will do the exports. But I don't have operations in US or UK, Canada, Mexico, France. But I can do the sales. Okay, in this case, so those kind of foreign customers, I will divide. I will create a separate customer profile class an exporter. So in this case, I will give the payment term for them 90 days or a 120 days because these goods it will go to the via sea, via ship it will go to reach that particular the goods to the customer. It may take 60 days, 90 days, even 4 months also depends on the ship, the speed how it will go to the respective countries. In this case, so we cannot able to identify each and every foreign customer. I will give the 90 days, 120 days, and the credit limit and the statement cycle running, some statement running letters to run. So if they have a discounts or interest functionality, so these things and it is very difficult to assign individual customers. In this case, what we will do, we can create a separate customer profile class and exporter. There we will specify. So let me open the screen so that you can understand very easily. Receivable customer. Okay. So here you can segregate your profile class. You can create it. Let's take MDH masala spices. MDH exporter we can create exporter. So because they don't have operations in foreign countries, they will do the export almost to 40 countries. That spices. So in this case, so here you can give this some specified collector who is collecting that amount from the foreigners, that particular. So you can give the credit limit, order limit, credit currency, tolerances if you want to give them. And if you want to enable the balance forward building for the respective foreign customers, here you can specify your payment term, whether it could be 90 days or 50 days or 30 days, whatever it may be. How you are specifying for that foreign supplier, you can specify here 30 days or 60 days or 50 days, whatever it may be. So you have to create it. Then accordingly, here you will get that respective payment terms and all. So these, and at the same time, if you have any exception rules or any statement or dunning or any invoicing rules, and at the same time any late charge functionality. So these things and all you can specify your respective profile class level. This profile class you will map it to your customer account level, either site level. Depends on the defaultation, how your organization you will follow. So then automatically what payment terms, what receipt matching RS statements or dunning letter invoicing rules and this balance forward billing and some other collection related information, it will get updated to our customer creation level. So if you want to see this in our customer creation level, let me show you. To manage customers. So you should know the content, guys. That means you should know the in and about the subject. Okay. So generally, interviewer, if we asked any questions with a different way, different pattern, same question you will be asked in a shuffling. Okay. So in this case, you get able to answer it. So whenever you are preparing any questions, any answers to give an interview, you feel, you think about, you should be there in an interview point of. That means you are an interviewer how I should ask this question if I am the interviewer. So you can think such a way and accordingly you can prepare that. So and at the same time, don't take it as any optional or as any choice. Okay. So if you are preparing all the concepts, you shouldn't take choice. You don't have any options. You can prepare all the concepts so that you can able to answer it. What are the questions which he asked? So let me query this customer. So here account is not created for this. Let me show you. If you create here, 1 minute. So it's a demo instance actually. That is the reason why we are not getting instance. We create this. Select any one. So if you open this, so this is the profile history. So here if you go to account, here you can select the correct record. You can select our exporter. MDH exporter it will showing there. State console. Let you can keep on correct record. So you can select MDH1. Okay, now automatically that information it will update it here. So it didn't give much updates, but what are the details which we specified? See here payment term, these things under it is coming automatically. Okay, so like that we can divide the customers. What kind of customers you have? Either it could be exporter or a domestic customers or distributors or a wholesaler or a direct cash customers. Those who are coming to our factory or a store. Or else we have a credibility wise. If you want segregate, you can use this. Either good customer, bad customer, or average customer, poor customer. Depends on the credit limit how they are doing that. Okay. It's a very important way. Okay. So that is the way. How many uh, customer profile class you want, you can create those many to segregate your customers. Accordingly, we can assign the payment terms, statement cycle, running letter, credit limit, late charges, many things we can do. Okay. It's a very important. I hope it's a very clear, guys. Okay. Next. So what is memo line here? It's a mainly used for non-inventory item. Okay. Let's assume. Let's take our Airtel. So Airtel, they will never manufacture any physical item. Yes, they will manufacture SIMs and all, but that is a different story. But if you take main telecom related service like international roaming, domestic text messages or voice messages or internal unlimited calls, data services, data pack. So these things and all, it's a non-inventory related items. So they don't have a physical item. It's not a physical. It's a technology related item. Technology related service they will sell to the customer. So these kind of services, instead of creating the item, let's take data plan. It's a one kind of service which we are providing to the customer. Let's take Infosys. It's an IT based company. They need a lot of data on daily basis because thousands of employees are working in the company. So he may bought the data on day wise basis, maybe 10,000 data or as terabytes, GBs, whatever it may be. So it's a non-inventory related item. So we can create that particular data service data pack as a non-inventory item in the memo line level. That we can use it for creating the our respective AR transaction. By using this memo line, we can default our revenue account. We can default even tax also and price also, some other information. Okay. So that's where we will use the memo line. This is also very important. Next, what is the use of receipt class and receipt method in AR node? So it's a mainly used for receipt class means we are instructing our system how we can create a receipt, remittance and clearance process, reconciliation process. Receipt method means the mode of payment which we received from the customer. Okay. So what is the difference between receipt class receipt method? It's the same only. Receipt class, it will give the instructions. What kind of receipt which you are creating, whether it will be manual receipt or automatic receipt, whether you are following the reconciliation process for your customer or not. So in this case, we will follow the clearance method as a by matching. If you don't have any reconciliation or cash management, if they are not following the cash management reconciliation, we'll do the direct. So direct, if you put direct, it once the moment you create a receipt, it will change the receipt status to cleared. So there is no remittance under. If you are following the remittance and by matching means you have to do the receipt creation, you have to do the remittance, and you can do the reconciliation in cash management. Next, receipt method means it's a mode of payment. Whether it could be electronic payment, which we receive from the customer, cash, how we will receive. Online payment they will do or not, or else by check they will do, or else by direct cash they will do. So, or else through logbox we are getting. So that mode of payment we are creating by using the receipt method. Next, once the receipt method is created with the associated remittance bank account, it is possible to change the bank account or not. So this is very important case. Interviewer will check your behavior, how much good in your configuration side. So it is not possible to change the that respective bank account, guys. Let me show you. Go to manage receipt class receipt methods. So just query straight to let's take logbox related receipt class receipt method. Let's query any created one someone created or something. So let's open this. See here, the moment bank account, remittance bank account level, you add your organization bank account, there is no options to override it. That means you cannot able to change it. So even if you provide this receipt confirmation, remittance bank account and this information also, you cannot able to override it. Even cash and these accounts also you cannot able to modify. So then how it is showing editable mode? As per my knowledge, they didn't perform the any transaction. That is the reason why it is showing, I believe. But I'm not sure. Okay. So please keep in mind, the moment we create a remittance bank account in AR, once you click on save, so there is no options to override or change the bank account which you associated respect to BU level. For that, respect to payment method. Okay. So this is the creation, receipt class creation method, remittance method, clearance method. So here, creation method means it's a manual. That means they will create a receipt. They don't follow the remittance. They don't follow the reconciliation. That means once I done the sales, I receive the cash to my counters or as my bank account. Client treated as a yes, I received my sales in a related amount. That's it. I don't want to do again remittance. I don't want to do the reconciliation. It's a waste of time for them. Okay, it's a depends on the customer requirement. We will do this case. Okay, so that you can keep in mind. It's very important. So the next one, is it possible to create cross currency receipts in here? Yes, we can do. Let's assume our ledger currency is USD. Okay, it's a primary ledger currency. Okay, then we have a AR transaction. It's a GBP. Your AR receipt creation, it could be GBP or else it could be maybe Euro. So usually in AR we will call it these transactions cross currency, but if you sometimes it may happen some other cross currency also, but receipt level I don't think so it will happen. So we can say foreign currency, but people they will call it as a reporting. I mean say cross currency in AR model. That means our ledger currency is one currency, invoice currency is GBP, and AR transaction currency GBP. It's a foreign currency usually, but we have an options to do euro currency also sometimes, but not all the time. Depends on the transaction, depends on the customer. Okay, you may done the sales with a GBP, maybe he may paid with the other currency. So as an AR point of what are the currency they are going to pay to with our organization against the sales, we will accept. Okay, so depends on the invoice, the country which we have done the sales, accordingly we'll get the payments. Next, so what is mean by on account? So what are the excess amount which we have? Let's assume our invoice amount is transaction amount. It's a 1,000. Or receipt amount, it may be 11,000. Sorry, 1,100. Let's assume this extra amount which we received 100 rupees. We can keep it as a on account. It's a like our Paytm wallet or Amazon wallet or PhonePe wallet. So whenever we receive the next set of invoice with that this we will release from on account. We can apply to the existing invoice or the same transaction, depends on the requirement. That excess amount we can say it's an on account. Next, so unapplied means it's a simple only. Let's assume our transaction amount, it's a 10,000. Our receipt amount, 11,000. So once we applied this receipt amount to this transaction, excess amount is 1,000. This we will call it as a unapplied. We are not applied to this any transaction. It is showing as unapplied once we create a receipt. Next, unidentified receipts is mainly used for miscellaneous transactions. Okay, so we have a miscellaneous transaction, right? Like any sales, interest got credited from banker, or else any scrap of sale it is happening without customer. That we will showing as unidentified receipt. Next, what is mean by miscellaneous receipt? This is also same. Miscellaneous receipt means if we bank maybe credited any interest amount to unknowingly with your internal bank account, how we will record that as a miscellaneous receipt. If you done the some scrap of sales, the guy who bought the scrap rate like newspaper or any old machineries, those people we will not create as a customers in our application. So miscellaneous transactions, miscellaneous receipts means okay, not transaction. Miscellaneous receipt means without customer we can do the business. I mean to say main bank interest credited these kind of small scrap of sales, miscellaneous sales we can add it. If we give some huge amount to some politician, okay, in our AR side we will sorry AP side we will record that as a miscellaneous payment. Any reasons miscellaneous means. Next, What is the accounting entry for miscellaneous receipts? So this I will do separate video. Next, chargeback. It's a simple only. As I mentioned, let's assume we have a AR transaction. It's a 10,000. So the due date is today date. Let's assume what is the today date? Let's say it's a 2nd April. 2nd April is it's a due date of this invoice. So what this A customer he will do? So hi boss, I couldn't able to done the total 10,000 amount at this moment for this given due date 2nd April. So I will do the 5,000 today. Okay. So this 5,000 he will pay now. We have a remaining balance. It's a 5,000 after he done the payment. This 5,000 he will pay next month again 2nd of May. So in this case, we will close this outstanding balance 5,000 and we will create this 5,000 as an adjustment and we will create chargeback invoice separately for this 5,000. So chargeback invoice we will pass. Create with a new payment of this, you don't forget, new payment of, okay. For this 5,000 we will initiate a one more invoice called chargeback invoice. It will generate by the system automatically with a new payment of, and what it will do, the remaining 5,000 it will close by passing the adjustment entry. So adjustment entry it will pass and it will close that remaining 5,000. Then your invoice is 5,000 only after adjustment and paid is 5,000. So the amount will be 0. This remaining 5,000 amount you will pay the next month April as per the new guidelines. I mean it's a new payment. That is all about for chargeback. This is also very important question. Please prepare it. Okay. Chala important. It's a very, very important. Damn sure question. Next. What is meant by dunning letters in our AR model? Yeah. So this dunning letters mainly it will done in our advanced collections model based. If you know very well, then you can touch base, or else you just simply tell to the interviewer, I know the usage of that. It's mainly used for to remain the outstanding related to customer by sending the dunning letters. But I didn't get a chance to involve in that. So don't try to bluff the interviewer. If you know that about the functionality, then only we'll ask. He will never test your knowledge whether you know or not. No. If he knows, learn, entire functionality related, solution related, if he knows, then only he will ask us the question. Don't try to bluff him. If you know, you can say, yes, I know. Otherwise, you can tell what you know. I didn't get a chance. Okay. Next, have you configured dunning letters in your model in your project? You can tell. So we have advanced collections, which was done by my senior consultant or principal consultant. I didn't get a chance, but I know the functionality to send the remain letters to the customer for outstanding balances. Like that, you can convince any interviewer. Next, what is meant by AR customer refund process? So this is also simple. This is also very important question. So AR transaction, it's a 10,000. Okay, but customer paid, that means receipt, it's a 20,000. So after applying, remaining balance is 20,000. This, sorry, 10,000. This we will initiate as a refund. Okay, from our AR module. So this automatically it will create payment request invoice. It's automatic invoice in AP. From there we will make a payment. This is the way we will do the refund process. There are a lot of configuration it should be involved in this. It is also good interview question. Yeah. Next, what is the use of enterprise reference data set in AR model? This is very, very important, guys. Okay. In MDH, what it is happening, every customer they have a plant. Like Faridabad, they have a plant. Delhi Kirti Nagar, they have a plant, and then they have a plant at um, Gurgan, like 216, 218, 162 or something. And Faridabad, they have a two plants. Indore, they have a plants. Amritsar, Kundali cold storage. Okay, there are multiple locations they have a plants. So, uh, what the customers will do, the customers will uh, purchase the. We will sell the customers from the all the plants. Okay, simply we can say we will do the sales from the all the plants. So in this case, to give single customer access for all the business units, we will use the enterprise reference data set. Here, if you follow BU-wise reference data set, you need to create a sites for each BU-wise. It is very difficult. They have a 15 plants. Each plant wise, we have to create the BU access and respect to customer addresses and all for each BU-wise. It is very difficult for us. So instead of that, if you create one customer by using this enterprise reference data set, it is like a common set. So that customer can able to access all the BUs. There is no restriction. If you use custom reference data set, like we have RDS reference data set, like custom common set or enterprise set, it's a both are same. Enterprise we will use mainly FA and AR. Common set we will use in AP some other models. But here, so enterprise set I told you, right? It is common for everyone. By using the customer, if we create by using the enterprise set, it will accessible by all the BUs because all the plans they are doing the sales for all the customers. So instead of adding the each address for each BU, we will use that solution. Next, there are different reference data sets we can create here. Common set we can create. It's a seeded one. Enterprise it is also seeded one. If we want BU wise to restrict your transaction type for each BU, we can use the custom reference data set like 216 or else US RDS, UK RDS, like country wise or BU wise, depends on the requirement. Can you please explain me the O2C cycle along with accounting entries that I will do separate video? What is this of auto invoice process? It will simply convert invoice from order management to AR or else from third party billing system to AR from other source to AR. So it will convert that order information as AR transaction or AR model. Okay. So these are very, very important questions, guys. Next. Okay. Is it possible to create the receipts automatically in AR? Yes, we can create. Okay. By doing the automatic receipts configuration, we can create it, guys. Next, it is possible to create a duplicate customer in AR receivable. No, it is not possible. It won't accept by the system. Next, can we have a requirement where the client want to maintain all the customers mastered in an external system, but still use the same customers data in Oracle Fusion application model? So is this possible to implement? Yes, we can do. So as I told, right, we have a GE client, most of the people aware, and we have a DP word as per my knowledge. The shipping company, it's a technology related company. All it's a very big customer. So they will maintain customers in Salesforce, sfdc.com. Okay. So here they will maintain all our customers master data. So this is our Fusion application. With the help of OIC, it's a SOA integration. OIC like SOA integration, or else we have a MuleSoft, Delboomi, whatever it may be the integration tools, they will use it and they will map that customers master data into our Fusion application. In our manage customer screen or a create customers level, we can able to see all the customers which they maintain in our Salesforce. They will run the feed. If any new customer is created in the Salesforce, every day midnight the job will be triggered automatically. The customer it will update in our customer master data. Manage customer level we can able to see. So if they want to maintain their customers master data in the Salesforce. From there they want to use the same customer in our Fusion application, we can do it. The main reason here they will use the Salesforce, guys, they have a CPQ codes, configure price code. That means if you take mobile, okay, in our Flipkart, Amazon, if we order 2 mobiles in our cart, 4 mobiles in our cart, 10 mobiles in our cart, you will get 5% discount for 2 mobile, 10% discount for 4 mobiles, 20% discount for 4 mobiles. So this where they will do in your Salesforce CPQ level, they will do. It's a web-based application. Whenever they do the add to cart, once they submit it, it will generate sales order with the help of the CPQ. From there, we will initiate again our AR sales invoices. This we are doing outside Fusion system, that Salesforce level. It is easy to get the customer master data from Salesforce to Salesforce, and the same customer, that CPQ codes, it is generating the sales order in our Fusion application. So this sales order, we will do ship confirmation, quick release, everything. Then again we will run the import AutoInvoice program to generate sales invoice that we will give to the customer. So at that time again that customer, it should populate from our Oracle application. So this is the chain link. Okay. So this is the way we will maintain the customers in the third party application. And at the same time, GE, they will use lot of ERPs, depends on the region, depends on the country, and they will also acquire the lot of small companies. So in this case, instead of maintaining the suppliers or a customer's master data in the multiple ERPs, they will maintain supplier connect for suppliers master data and Salesforce for customers. It is very easy to do the integration for any ERP. It could be Oracle, it could be SAP, JD Adverse, Workday, or else some other Microsoft Dynamics 360, whatever it may be. So it is very easy to for them. So in this case, they will prefer this kind of master data, like assets predicts, like that. They will maintain. It is easy for integration. That is the way it will reduce the work burden for each ERP. Okay, this you should know, guys. If you work for all big customers, you should know this process and all. Okay, it is very, very important. Next, so can you please explain me AR close process? This I will do separate process. Okay, so with a separate video I will do. Can you please explain me the receivable to general ledger reconciliation process? This is also I will do separate video, guys. Okay, so here we have a lot of process we need to do here for reconciliation. It is not that much easy. We have to do the clearing accounts, liability account we should specify, and we can process from here. Where is it? Okay. I think we didn't specify the BU access handle. That is the reason I didn't. So, okay. So next one, how many types of transaction source we can create in here? It depends on the requirement, guys. How many transaction type you create, like debit memo, credit memo, chargeback, and then bills receivable, or else you can say tax invoice, delivery chalana, or else export invoice. Okay, so domestic invoice, foreign. So what it may be, what type you follow intercompany. So in this case, you can create those many sources to generate separate numbering, separate sources. Can you please tell me, is it possible to create AR transaction automatically? Okay, so automatically means by running the import auto invoice program for order management to AR, we will generate, or else some any intercompany transactions it is happening, or else billing system to AR. If you are using the revenue ledgers, that means your organization doing the some shops or stores you are giving on lease basis. If you are getting an income on that billings and the, in this case you will generate the revenue lease invoices in AR also. So at the time only it will create our AR transactions automatically. What is the accounting entry for AR transaction? It's a receivable to revenue. Next, what is the use of AR statement cycle process? Okay, so what it will do? It will generate our particular outstanding related statement cycle, and it will send it to the customer to know customer about his outstanding balance for each invoice wise. How many key flex fields do you have in a year? Such a territory and sales tax too. Next, can you please explain me the accounting entry for direct cash sale transaction at a store or a factory? So let's assume in MDH what it will happen nearest the factory, any wholesaler or distributors are there, they will come to direct factory and they will buy that spices. Okay. So in this case, how we will record this kind of entry? So we can record our direct cash sale transaction. So that I will show you in a separate video, but it's a good entry question. Okay. What is the accounting entry for sales invoice? It's the same only. Receivable to revenue it will come. Confirmed cash to liability it will come for AR receipts under. So what is accounting for AR receipts? I'll do few more videos for this same remittance under. Okay. What is the accounting entry for remittance? Okay. Next, what is BFP? Like balance forward billing in AR. So this is main purpose, to consolidate all our sales invoices. Okay. Okay. So to consolidate all our sales invoices, okay, we can do this balance forward billing. So if you have a 10 sales invoices, 10 times if you are sending to customer, you can do by balance forward billing. You can club all these 10 invoices and you can send to our respective customer. Okay. Let me show you this. I think it is there in my lecture. So see here, this is the balance forward billing. So I have a these many transaction types. So these are the transaction types. So these many invoice types I don't know. Yeah. So like these consolidated transactions, okay, we can send to customer in one particular PDF. Okay. This is the balance forward billing report. Okay. Next. So what are the basic configuration required for balance forward billing in here? So this is also I will do separate video because there are a lot of configuration we need to do. Can you please tell me the accounts receivable base tables? So this you can get it from our website guys, like docs.archill.com. So here we have a tables and columns. So from there, what are the tables which you want? It's AR related tables. We have aging buckets related tables. It's a base tables, I believe, all of them. And we have interface tables also. Each module wise we have a this respective tables. Okay. It's actual advanced collections. So it's billing. I think it is there. Use. This is the receivable tables. See here. Okay, these are all the base tables. Here are interface tables it will come. This is the one. RJ account details, RA billing, RA customer transactions all. Okay, these are the one. So RA interface lines. So under interface lines, what columns we have? Okay. So this is the table names. It's a interface tables. So like that you can get it either base table or interface table. You can get it from there. Interface table also you can get it. Can you please tell me the receivable interface table? So from our docs.archill.com we can get this table information. For each module wise it will be there guys. Okay. You can refer it. At least you should know the 4 to 5 tables name, interface tables name. What is the accounting entry for receipt reconciliation in the cash management? That also I will do separate video. Next, what is the use of approval limit? in AR for which type of transactions we can set up approval limit. So approval limits, it will control the users to do the any adjustments, any write-off or any refund. Okay, whenever if you are not specifying the limit for either write-off case or adjustment case or a refund case, we are not giving the any cutoff amount. In this case, they can do uh, how much amount they want. Anyway, adjustment there is no proper limit as per my knowledge. Even refund also we didn't give any particular refund amount. But write-off you can specify. If any below 99 rupees, we can consider as a write-off, either our side or as customer side. But refund we can do above 100 rupees, above 99 rupees. You want consider as a refund amount, you can do. Adjustment you can do the any rupees. Could be 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 1000, 10,000, depends on the transaction. Okay, for those three type of transactions, we can do the adjustment as per my knowledge. Okay, we can do the approval limit. That is very important. Okay, so these questions also very important, guys. So please prepare yourself. Next one. So is it possible to create receipts automatically? If yes, how? Yes, we can do. So we have an options to create automatic receipts or a spreadsheet also we can do that. Next, what is the use of receivable activity in Oracle Fusion? So mainly we will use this for write-off purpose, adjustment purpose, and then for unearned discount purpose, or any refund purpose. Some any additional activities how you want to perform at the time of adjustment, like TDS adjustment, freight adjustment, tax adjustment, invoice adjustment, octroi charges, sales returns, sales promotion. There are a lot of things which will be there in the adjustment. For each and every adjustment, we will create a receivable activity. And at the same time, it is mainly used for to default our respective activity related GL account code combination with the transaction level. Okay. Next, what is the sorry? Can we create the receipts first before creating a transaction? Yes. In MDH, if you see, most of the business they will do first they will collect the amount from the customer, then after that only they will do the sales. Based on that sales invoice, they will apply, they will query the existing receipt and they will apply to the respective receipt to the respective transaction. Okay. So we can do first you can initiate a sales. After that, based on the sales, you can collect the amount from customer. Then you can apply it. Or else you have an options to do the first receipt creation. That means you can collect the amount from customer, then you can do the sales. It depends on the requirement. What is the receipt write-off? So this receipt write-off mainly we will do both the ways. Our side we will do, customer side also we will do. So let's assume if you take customer side, uh, our sales invoice, AR transaction say 10,000. We receive the receipt 9,990 rupees. So we have a difference 10 rupees. This 10 rupees we will do write off because he is not going to pay. Customer is not going to pay. So that 10 rupees which we received, we are to receive from our customer, we will do the write off because he will not pay. And at the same time, if we are not doing this, it is showing as an outstanding still amount from the customer, it will show in our reports. So that is the reason why we will do the write off. So if in case vice versa, maybe we done the sales, it's another case. Sales we made on the 9,990. Maybe customer paid 10,000. We received excess amount 10 rupees. So this is case also we will do the write off. Both the ways it will work. As far as my knowledge, we can do both the ways. Write off means we can do our case as well as the customer case also we can do. Okay, that is also important functionality. BD collections. It is very important. Main it will happen manufacturing. Let's take example again MDH. So here we have a plant Faridabad. FDB Faridabad. Let's take. It's a plant. He's done this sales to Parag and company. And here we have a Delhi unit. So here what it is happening. So whenever we done the sales from Faridabad BU to Parag, actually Parag should pay to the Faridabad because he only done to the sales to the Paragon company, but he has to pay to the Faridabad usually. But here central collection it will come into the picture. BT collection or central collection. That means that payment collection it will done by the Delhi unit. So he will pay to the Parag company will pay to the Delhi unit. Delhi unit will do the collection because it is in a manufacturing organization. They will not give the collection access collection activities to the all the plants. Either corporate unit which is there in Gurkhan 138 I believe. So that they will do the collection. RS Delhi Kirti Nagar branch they will do the collection. These two units they will do the collection from all the plants related sales invoices. Because if you give the collections to all the plants, they will misuse. We will lose the money control. That is the reason why they will do. So in this case, that particular intercompany transactions it will happen when you done the either branch payments in AP, branch collections in our AR now. Okay, BT collections. Okay, that is the use of this. This is very good function. Next one, can we create a receipt in case more than the invoice amount or transaction amount? Yes, we can create. If it is in more than invoice amount or a transaction amount, yes, we can create receipt. It will accept. Is it possible to generate the transaction number automatically? Yes. By doing the document generation, document sequence number, we can generate automatically. RS by using the transaction source also we can do. But here gap number it will happen if you are not done the document sequence. Gap will be the reach number, series number. If you do the transaction number alone by using the source. So in real time, confirm, definitely we will use document sequence, the gapless. How many ways we can generate AR transactions? There are multiple ways. Auto invoice lines, the PDA template, billing invoices, third party application, some intercompany receipts, sales, even leasing invoices, revenue leases. There are multiple sources. How many invoice types we have in here? I think it may be repeated, but I am not sure. Anyway, invoice types. Here we have a debit memo, credit memo, invoice. Recently we got a prepayment invoice also in it. Okay, debit memo, credit memo, regular invoice or invoice, chargeback invoice, bills receivable. Is it possible to restrict the users to delete the AR transaction? Yes, we can. We can restrict guys. Here two things. If we perform the post to ledger, we cannot able to do it. Or else we have an option. So let's query any invoices. Let's see. Let's I think let's open this. It is incomplete only. Let's have a look at it. Let's see. Let's see. Sounds like so. Yes. January to today. Let's put it. So just click on the. So if you see it's an incomplete, we are able to see the delete option. So let's query this from our respective receivable transaction, the receivable system options in our AR model. There we have the control. We go to receivables. So just query the business unit from our receivable system options level. You see here allow transaction deletion. Okay. Okay. If you enable this checkbox, okay, we have an options to delete our AR transaction. But please keep in mind, before done the final posting, we can able to delete it. If you enable this checkbox before accounting only, system it will allow us to delete the any transaction. So if you see, we have able to see the delete option, and if you see here also we can see the delete sign. We can delete it. But if you see, let me uncheck this. Save and close. And done. Let me re-query these transactions. See here. There is no delete option. It was grayed out. It was grayed out. Earlier it's a active, but now it's not there. Even the deletion option also we cannot able to do. So that's where we can restrict whether you want given access to delete the transaction for your respective business users. You want to restrict, you want to enable, depends on the requirement. You can enable out the or respective receivable system options. Okay. Next step. That is important. Is it possible to create AR receipts without customer? If yes, how? Yes, we can. By doing the miscellaneous receipt, we can create it, guys. Without customer, it is possible. Next, what are the basic rules required for AR model? So this I will do separate in video. There are lot of roles we have, like a billing manager and accounts receivable manager, accounts receivable specialist, billing manager, billing specialist, segregated related something we have that we can do. Next, what is mean by the revenue recognition in our accounts receivable? It's a mainly used for subscription related invoices. I have done the very in detail video for this specific revenue recognition along with our accounting entries and you just go and refer it. Okay, so we done our YouTube channel guys. Okay, so revenue recognition is very important. This is also very good question. So you can refer in our YouTube channel. So here also you can able to find our invoicing rules. Total how many invoicing rules we have. That is also you can able to see in our YouTube channel. It is there in detail video. You can go and refer it. If possible, I will specify the link below or else pop-up link I will do. Next, scheduling rules. This is also you can able to do in our scheduling rules in our respective invoice. But there are a lot of things we have. Okay. So here invoicing rules we have a bills in arrears, bills in advance, scheduling rules, fixed schedule, variable schedule, daily revenue rate all periods, daily revenue rate partial periods. So these things we have. Next we have. So what is meant by bills in arrears and revenue recognition? Bills in advance and bills in arrears. Sorry, bills in advance and revenue recognition, bills in arrears. So let's take bills in advance. So bills in advance means it's a prepaid service, guys. Let's take Airtel. What we will do? we will do the first amount with the recharge for 3 months or a 1 year plan, and he will give the service on monthly basis. In this case, organization will collect the amount first, then after that is giving the service. It's a prepaid, like bills in arrears means it's a postpaid, like where customer is providing the service first. At the end of the month, bill will be generated. We will pay to the organization. It's a postpaid service. First, organization will give the service. Later, we'll pay the amount. What is the difference between unearned revenue, unbilled receivable? So this unbilled receivable we will use in bills in arrears, I believe. Unearned revenue we will use in bills in advance. Okay. Next. So while importing the AR transaction from order management, if any transactions got errored out, to see the error reasons where we can check it. So we have a auto invoice execution report. There we can identify it. Or else we have a auto invoice line. It's a ADFTA kind of file. There also we can able to see all errors which we faced while doing the import auto invoice address. Can you please explain the few seeded reports in here? This is also I will do separate video, guys. Okay. Yeah. So these 20 questions also very important. Okay. So just please prepare it yourself. Okay. The next one. What are the basic configuration required to create AR transaction? So all basic configuration we have to tell to the interface, like the receivable system option, transaction type, transaction source, payment terms, customer profile class, customer creation, role assignment, BU access, then Remit-to Address, receipt class, receipt method is not required. Anyway, that is the receipt part. Okay. So that respect to statement cycle and all. So these things and all we have to do. Okay. Next, what is meant by annual discount? If customer is eligible to get the discount, that it will trigger to this annual discount account. What is meant by annual discount? If customer is not eligible for the discount, but wantedly we will give the discount to him to encourage him to make the payment early. Okay, at that time, that amount it will trigger to annual discount as per my knowledge. Okay, I didn't see any real-time scenario on this, but I have a theoretical knowledge on this. I think that's where we will use this too. This we will assign our remittance bank account level. Okay. Next, can I delete the transaction any point of time? Yes, we can. If you do the before posting. Okay. So how we will do this? Okay. So two things. Before post to ledger. So here we have two things. So before posting, yes, you can able to delete it. It will work. Okay. You can delete the transaction. It is possible. But after you done the post to ledger, it is not possible. Okay. It is not possible to delete transactions. Please keep in mind. This is very important. Okay. So before posting we can do. After posting, it is not possible to delete the AR transaction. Next step. Is it possible to delete the AR transaction after posting and accounting? It is not possible, guys. We cannot delete. Just now only we discussed. What is meant by adjustment in AR? It's a very good functionality. Without this AR adjustment, any industry cannot exist. We can do the TDS adjustment, tax adjustment, freight adjustment, invoice adjustment, sales return, sales promotion, expiry goods. There are lot many things it will be there. Okay. So that I will cover in real time. Like for our regular students, they will get to know this. There are a lot of scenarios we have that I will discuss in detail in real time scenarios in our regular classes. So I cannot able to explain all the scenarios in this video. Okay. But that is very good function. Have you involved in integration AR model? This is also I cannot able to tell this. It's a very almost 3 hours session it will be there, how the integration it will be there, what documents we need to prepare, and then what is our responsibility, technical responsibility, how we will prepare mapping sheet, DFF creation, and then MD50 like DDD document creation. There are a lot many things will be there, so that I cannot able to discuss here. But you can, if you involve for integration, yes, you can tell to interviewer. Okay, that is also 100% question. Is it possible to do the adjustment period? See the adjustment period here, no. So adjustment it will never show in our subledgers. So what is meant by AutoCash tool set? What is meant by AutoMatch tool sets? There is a slight differences both, but mainly ultimately it will used for creating the receipts, automatically applying the receipts to identify the existing transaction based on the past due invoices, oldest invoices, based on the account wise, based on the payment term wise. Okay, accordingly it will identify the existing transaction, it will apply to the receipts and it will create. Okay, that we will do discuss, we'll discuss separately, but that is also very important. So this is also same question. What is the difference between AutoCash tool set and AutoMatch tool sets? So we will do main logbox level. We will do these two configurations. It's very very important. And at the same time, we have automatic receipts creation based on the percentage recognition. At the time also, these two are very very important. Next, what is the accounting entry for write-off? You will get to know this separate video. I couldn't remember the exact entry. Next, refund entry also same. I will do separate video for this, but it is very important questions both. And accounting entry for credit memo, it's a simple knockoff. That means for AR transaction receivable to revenue will be credited. It's a vice versa, reverse. Revenue is debited, receivable is credited for credit memo. A debit memo, it's a positive amount, receivable debit, revenue will be credited. Next, I have a scenario where I use it to do the sales to the customer A, but instead of customer A making the payment, we will receive the payment from customer B on behalf of customer A. Can this requirement achieved through accounts receivable? Yes. This we will do as an uh, reciprocal customer. By using the reciprocal customer, it's like the third party payments in AAP. It's a vice versa for an AR model. We can do, guys. Is it possible to check all our customer related transaction history from front end accounts receivable? Yes, and we can check. Is it possible to check customer outstanding balance from our front end? Yes, we can possible. We can able to verify it, guys. In the billing screen, view customer accounts. So here by selecting by searching, okay. So any customer name, we can able to see the balances here. This is the balances. Activities, if you go here, you can able to see the all transaction related balance, open balances, payment, everything. Okay, just check it. That is possible. Can you please explain me the ARP statuses? We have a, let me check and even select exactly. Go to billing. Accounting periods. It's open anyone. So we have a open, close pending, future enterable. Okay. So these are the period statuses. Next, last one. What is the close pending period status in AR? Okay. This I will explain. Yeah. So this is the these are the top 100 questions which we got our recent interviews. Even our students they um, went walk-in drives, and few students they attended their interviews on their self. So even I used to get the many questions from many interviews, many interviews which I given for recently. We got these questions from recent interviews also. So yesterday, before yesterday, even last month, I did the many interviews. So I got these questions. Okay. I hope it is very helpful to you guys. Okay. Prepare yourself. Okay. And accordingly, you will get to know these answers from yourself. Even I am going to release the one by one video. Due to lack of time, even I couldn't able to give the few answers related to AP also. Even we done the 150 entry questions in our AP model. So that is also there in our on our YouTube channel. Okay. So please prepare all these entry questions. It is very important for your career. Okay. I hope I explain very in detail as per my knowledge. Okay. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and please subscribe the Connector Technologies YouTube channel. And one more thing, you can share these videos to your friends, colleagues, the guys who really looking for a change from our current domain to our current company to other company, so that we can grow together, everyone. Okay, so don't keep it with yourself. Okay, if I feel like that I couldn't able to share these many questions with you guys, so knowledge we should share with everyone, guys, so that it will be helpful to them. It will be helpful to us also to give the good leads to you guys. Okay, so if you like this video, please give a thumbs up. So how much you can able to share this content to your respective friends, colleagues, your office mates, you can share with guys. Okay, so thank you so much for your support. Okay, so I need your support to do the more and more good quality videos. So you can check this much content you will get frequently from our YouTube channel. Okay, but I need your support. We will never compromise on quality to deliver the subject, either YouTube, either online classes, either real time world. So we have our mark. Accordingly, we can go ahead. Okay, so mark will be there, guys. So Connect Drive is always brand for quality education. Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. Have a good day.